Today's episode of Our Unspoiled Italy is a viewer request. We hope you will enjoy it.
Traveling by train in Italy is both convenient and affordable, but sometimes navigating their website is a little overwhelming. Well, today we'll help you decode some of the secrets of the Trenitalia website. Let's get started searching for tickets on Trenitalia. First, we're going to go to the site, which is Trenitalia.com. And once we land there, if you want English, leave it there. But you're also going to want to go in here where you have a chance to choose languages and just make sure you're doing English. That'll keep things in English. And let's start. So first of all, we're going to have to decide where we're going to and from. Today we're going to buy a ticket from Rome to Scalea. So let's do that. First we choose our station, which would be Roma Termini, which is the main station. And then we're going to Scalea. And it'll come up Scalea Santa Domenica Talau, which is a station we want. We are also going to choose a date. When you can, buying tickets as far in advance as possible will save you quite a bit of money. So let's actually into February for the heck of it. We want one passenger, and also we want the time. Best thing to do is just pick a time somewhere before when you're thinking of leaving. So we usually leave in the afternoon, so I'm just going to pick a time like 10 a.m. And they use 24-hour clock, so you're going to have to learn that if you're not used to it. So afternoon is going to be in the higher numbers here. So okay, we got 10 a.m. and we're going to search. Hit the search button. Now it's going to come up with a list of possible solutions. And you're going to see a lot of them. There are a lot of trains going from Rome to Santa Domenica Talau. So I am going to start looking through here, and you're going to see a lot of different things that are very confusing. You're going to see different types of trains. There's the numbers for the actual train number. First off is you're going to want to look at prices, and the prices for tickets to Scalea can range from as little as $10.90 one way to $30, and that's starting from. You can go up from there, but the cheapest ticket could be $10.90, and you can get different prices. And we're going to pick one. Let's see. Okay, so now how do you choose? Okay, obviously cheap is good, but there's a couple other things you want to pay attention to. The first being, are there changes? Oh boy, this one's got 2 changes. That means you got to change trains twice. One change for this one change for that one. 2 changes. And when it says details, it means it's a straight through train. I know that because I've taken this train quite a few times, and all these that say details are trains we've taken. We try to avoid changing trains simply because, one, if you're coming from into the country for the first time, or you're just getting into the country, you will probably have a lot of luggage. And the last thing you want to be doing is changing trains and dragging your luggage around. My idea is once I get on the train, I don't want to be bothered till I get to Scalea. So try to do no changes if you can, if it'll fit your schedule. Some of these connections, you don't have a very big time between when you arrive and when you're leaving. So the last thing you want to be doing is dragging a bunch of luggage and running for the next train and trying to figure out where the next platform is. And sometimes, especially when the trains are a little bit late, you're going to be in a big hurry. So do yourself a favor and book a solution that's straight through. In this case, that's a cheap solution, $10.90. The other thing you want to look at is how long it takes. Up here we have one that's 7 hours. This one's 4 hours and 15 minutes. This one's 5 hours. This one's 7 hours, probably because of the layovers. 6 hours. Here's one for 3 hours and 27 minutes. So if you're going to want to get there quick, that would be a good one, but they're going to have a change, and I guarantee that change is going to be really a quick turnaround. Let's see. And you're going to have to do it in Castle Nuevo, 11 minutes. Good luck with that one. If you have no luggage, you might make it. And if you're on time, you might make it, but I wouldn't count on it. Save the headache. We always take the 426. My daughter flies in from Paris and she'll take the 226. Um, Hers is 5 hours. Ours is 5 hours. That's about average. Like I say, if you want to save time, is one for 2 hours, 51 minutes. That leaves at 6:20, and it'll get there pretty much the same time as we get there normally with our train. This one's straight through. This might be a good train. We've never taken it. We usually want to get out of Rome by 4:20, and the reason being is if for some reason we miss this 426, this one's still available. The 6:20 is the last one that will arrive in Scalea the same day. And because of the problems we've had with trains breaking down, you want to have some space to be able to catch another train if something happens. So 426 is kind of our choice. It gives us a little bit of room. Otherwise, you're going to be spending the night in a train station somewhere. So it's all a matter of what you're comfortable with and what you're willing to do. This is a bad train. These various Frecciargento, Intercity, Frecciarossa, those are different classes of trains. Intercity is the ones we usually take. It stops more often than some of the others, but I don't really pay too much attention to that part of it. It's mostly about the total time, the amount of changes, and the ticket price. And at this point, 1090 sounds pretty good to me. So let's go see what we've got when we pull down the fares. Okay, this is your fares selection, and you can change it. Super economy is 1090 in second class, and first class it's 1990. If I could get a first class ticket for 1990, I'd pay for it. It's not going to be first class in terms of you're going to get free champagne. It's first class in terms of you're going to get a little more leg room, and that's a really nice thing on these trains, especially if they're full. You don't want to be rubbing knees with somebody if you don't have to. So that's an option. You also cannot, let's see, no changes, no refunds, boarding another train. Nope, nope, nope. So that's what you lose. It's a basic fare, super economy. If you need some flexibility, so maybe you're not sure if your travel plans might not change. You might want to look into economy, which changes are permitted, but you're going to be required to pay the difference, and they won't give you refunds, and boarding another train isn't permitted. We've run into this a couple times where things have happened, and my daughter's plane might be late from Paris, and she misses the train, and I've had a changeable ticket, but it's such a pain to do online, and you'd have to go stand in a line at the station that sometimes just buying another ticket is a much easier solution. So kind of leave that up to you, how much pain you're willing to deal with. I usually just have given up on the idea that it's going to be a real easy change. If I miss a train, and I'm just going to have to buy another one. So their main fare, it's $45.50. So that'd be the most you'd have to pay for a second class ticket if you needed to change at the last minute. And unless you have a big party, I don't consider that the worst thing in the world. We have missed a train once, and I had to buy a ticket at the last minute, and we got stuck with this price. And I just figured the fact that I was getting to where I was going was worth the money. Well, going from Rome, you're still going to have to stand in lines, and we've done that. It takes forever. You're going to spend a lot of time um, dealing with agents and stuff. So I would just bite the bullet and buy another ticket. Okay, so we're going to pick our super economy first class. And at this point, you've got a little button down here that lets you choose your seats. If you don't click on this one, they're just going to assign you seats. Let's see what we've got. Continue. Now here's where it gets a little bit dicey. You really have to pay attention to this seating chart as far as I'm concerned. This little gray thing is a table. So these 4 seats all face each other. And that's the back. In this case, these are 4 seats go together. These 2 seats go together. These seats are singles. Sometimes I like those, especially during the high season. If you can get something like this, and you can't sit all together with your party, you're going to be rubbing knees with people. I just grab one of these seats and we all take a separate seat. Other thing is this area is used for luggage storage. If you're big suitcases that don't fit overhead, or you don't want to try to lift it up that high, you can park them back here. And what I do is I like to grab maybe these seats so I can put my luggage here and keep an eye on it, so it doesn't go anywhere. Though I've never had a problem with that, but you never know, especially when you're going through Naples. There are people who get on trains like a station or two ahead, and they might be, the kind that get off with your luggage. This is your coach number. You're going to want to remember, it'll be on your ticket, but you have to know that this is the car you get onto, coach 1, and it'll have a little sign in the window which number it is. And you can see there's a little navigation tool over here. You can see where you're going. And if you don't want to sit in that car, you could, or if there were not many seats left here, you could go down to another car and find a car maybe with more empty seats or a selection of seating. This is a nice one for 2 people. You can face each other. And again, this is the first class. Second class, it's mostly a few singles, but they're mostly all four tops like this. Now, as to which way you're going, going to Scalea, you're going to stop in Rome or Naples, and when you stop in Naples and it leaves, you're going to find yourself going in the opposite direction that you started in. It's just the way it works. You pull into Naples, and when you leave, the train is now going a different direction. So if you were on the seaside, let's say, going down from Rome, suddenly you're going backwards and on the other side of the. I quit trying to figure out which way the trains are going, because they don't even show you which way, because don't count on coach 1 being the lead coach. Sometimes they're at the back of the line, and sometimes at the front of the line. It's just on their whim. I don't understand it, but I don't worry about it either too much. Chances are these are at the, well, no, I've had both things where the first class is at the end of the train, and then sometimes at the beginning of the train. So you just have to pick a couple seats. Okay, so I picked one because I'm only buying one ticket. So I'm in coach 2, seat 18C, and this will be the window seat. Okay, and so after that, you're going to confirm your ticket. And after that, you can log in with an account or continue logging in without. It's a good thing to eventually have an account. It's not necessary to buy tickets. They'll be sent to you by email. No problem with that. It just takes a little bit of time, because you're going to need your codice fiscale and, fill out a bunch of information to actually get an account. So if you have the time and you have your codice, sign up for an account. Okay. So I'm not going to actually do this. I'm not going to actually continue on. But from here on out, it's basically just a matter of going through the buying process, which is credit card and PayPal. I usually use PayPal, and and you move on. Well, let's say I'm going to buy a ticket tomorrow, and I'm going on the 20th of December. Let's do the 10 a.m. again. One passenger, no return. You will see prices have all changed. The closer you are to leaving, the higher the prices get. There are no lower prices. So here's our 426. Remember, 45.50 was the top price for basic fare, and that's what you're going to get because all the others have been sold out. Oh, see other offers. It's always worth looking in here if you can't find a cheap solution. Let's see if there's any here. They occasionally offer really good deals on, let's say you and someone else traveling. They will let you choose something like this. They have different names for them at different times. And family, you can get a 20% discount. That's kind of a quick, dirty, basic overview of the Trenitalia website. Well, I use the Trenitalia website for searching for various trips. When I'm traveling, I really recommend their phone app. It's got a few features that you won't find on the website, and it's also much handier to have with you, and I'll explain now. Okay, now you've downloaded the app and you open it, and this is the home screen. You can see home is highlighted in red down at the bottom, and this is where you get to the various features that you're going to use. The main one is the big red button in the middle that says tickets. If you click on this, you'll land on a page that allows you to enter a departure station and an arrival station. Also, if you've done some recent searches, like I do, Praia to Scalea, Napoli to Sorrento, different searches, it remembers them and you can come back. Let's say you searched once and you know you want to come back and buy the ticket. You can just come here to your recent searches and it remembers that. So once you've entered that departure station and arrival station, you can click on it and it will take you to the solutions, and you can then choose a time, continue on, and buy your ticket just like you do on the website. Once you start using the app, you'll find that you do a lot of trips that are identical every time you do them. These you can save as favorites. And in our case, we can save it not only for a trip, let's say to Praia at a certain time that we normally do, let's say to go to a movie. I also buy 3 tickets for myself, for Irina and Anastasia, and that will all be saved in your favorites for the trip. So you just click on favorites and it'll be set up for you and you can go from there. Quick purchase, I've never used, so I'm not really going to go into that. I assume it's just, again, something that's been set up and you can just click on it and it'll go through the whole process. Down at the bottom next to home, it says My Journeys. These are tickets you have purchased and you can find trips that are coming up. And when you're on the train, you go there and pull up the ticket, and that's what you can show to the conductor. Your QR code for each ticket will be in there. So it's all right here in the app. You don't have to go look for an email. You don't have to print out an email. It's all stored right in the app. Purchase is kind of redundant. You click on it and it basically goes to another page that has another tickets button like the one up at the top, and a quick purchase, and a couple other options that are more for residents who are buying different kinds of tickets, season tickets, that sort of group tickets, that sort of thing. A really nice feature is the next one, which is train status. With this, you can search a train that is either about to leave, has left, and before it arrives, and you can track it. So when my daughter lands in Rome and she's coming down by train, I can check on the status of the train. It'll tell you if it's on time, if it's late, by how much, and you can follow it throughout its journey. And this has happened where I'll get a call and my daughter will say the train's broken down and I'm not sure where we're at. I can use the app, and if she has it on her phone, she can use the app and it will tell you where you're at that moment. It's a really handy feature. You can follow it to know that if it's getting ahead of schedule, if it's behind schedule, it's super handy. When Irina and Anastasia travel, I can check and see how the trains are coming back and make sure I'm at the station to meet them. Before I leave the house, I can check to see how much it's behind schedule, because that's a normal thing. 10-15 minutes isn't unusual, and if you know that, it can help you. If you notice up in the right-hand corner, there's a little button that says Turn on Smart Carrying Notifications. If you click on that, you'll be sent updates on that particular train. So it's a real handy feature. So to me, the main purposes of this app is searching for and buying tickets, storing that ticket so it's available quickly, and tracking train status, whether it's my own or another family member traveling. And those are the main things. It's totally worth putting on your phone. If you need to know how to use your phone in Italy, I have a 4-part series on our channel about setting up, using, and essential apps for using your phone in Italy. I hope this helped. If you like it, hit the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.